Oh hey, let me show you something I wish I was making up. See this here? We're at the American Psychiatric Association website, right? And this is about the DSM. And the DSM is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. I don't know if you can hear me. Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. And this is basically, well, not basically, it is the psychiatrist's Bible. Now I want to show you this right here. This is from a man who helped create the previous version of the psychiatric Bible, the DSM-4. His name is Alan Francis, and this is published from the LA Times. I'll put this below, and I want to read a little bit to you here. As chairman of the task force that created the current Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, the DSM-4, blah, 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 right? He goes and talks about how it's, not really all that good of a thing. Our panel tried hard to be conservative and careful, but inadvertently contributed to 3 false epidemics: attention deficit disorder, autism, and childhood bipolar disorder. And he just goes on, and let me show you something else here. Him and all those little doctors. A new category for temper problems could wind up capturing kids with normal tantrums. Autistic spectrum disorder probably would expand to encompass every eccentricity. Binge drinkers would be labeled addicts, and behavioral addiction would be recognized. And get this, you'll love this part. The sexual disorders section is particularly adventurous. Hypersexuality disorder would bring great comfort to philanderers wishing to hide the motivation for their exploits behind a psychiatric excuse. Paraphilic coercive disorder introduces the novel and dangerous idea that rapists merit a diagnosis of mental disorder if they get sexual excitement from raping. Kind of like pleading insanity, sounds like. I raped her because I got this paraphilic coercive disorder or whatever. I need to get off the case, or not to let me off, or just give me probation. Defining the elusive line between mental disorder and normality is not simply a scientific question that can be left in the hands of the experts. The scientific literature is usually limited, never easy to generalize to the real world, and always subject to differing interpretations. And he goes on and says, the societal issue that transcends psychiatry. It is not too late to save normality from DSM-5 if the greater public interest is factored into the necessary risk-benefit analysis. And he is professor at Duke. Yeah, isn't that great? So I'm going to talk about this DSM-5 that, all these little crazy doctors that just create stuff, all these different, conditions and disorders just to, profit from it. Let's get into this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and post this below. This is good stuff. Every human emotion now classified as a mental disorder, the new psychiatric manual DSM-5, issued by the American Psychiatric Association. Okay, I wish I was making this up. Virtually every emotion experienced by a human, being sadness, grief, anxiety, frustration, impatience, excitement, is now being classified as a mental disorder demanding chemical treatment with prescription medications, of course. The new upcoming DSM-5 Psychiatry Bible, expected to be released in a few months, has transformed itself from a medical reference manual to a testament to the insanity of the industry itself. Isn't that neat? It's pretty cool, huh? Here's how modern psychiatry really operates. A bunch of self-important, overpaid intellectuals who want to make more money invade a fabricated disease, just like the guy who just said he created the last version, just like he says they do. They invent a fabricated disease that I'll call Hoogala Boogala disorder, or HBD. By a show of hands, they then vote into existence whatever symptoms they wish to associate with Hoogala Boogala disorder. In this case, the symptoms might be spontaneous singing or wanting to pick your nose from time to time. Then they convince teachers, journalists, and government regulators that Hoogala Boogala disorder is real, and more importantly, that millions of children suffer from it. It wouldn't be compassionate not to offer all those children treatment, would it? Thus begins the call for treatment for a completely fabricated disease. From there, it's a sense to get Big Pharma to fabricate whatever scientific data they need in order to prove the speed, amphetamines, pharmaceutical crack, or whatever poison they want to sell, reduce the risk of hoogala boogala disorder. Is that not just isn't that great? Isn't that lovely? So we even have a guy in the LA Times who helped create the previous version of this say that's exactly what they do. And now they want to go ahead and medicate all your kids, all your friends, all your family if they have any kind of emotion. It's pretty unreal. This is happening. This is not conspiracy. This is for real going to happen. This is going to happen. And what's even funnier, I wish I had the article. I should have pulled it up before I did this. What was the RT just reported, I think it was this year, about how 20 or 25% of the United States is already medicated, into a coma. What's going to happen? What's going to be the increase there once you're sad, you better take this. Someone in your family died, you need some medicine. You got a job, you're excited, you better take some medicine for that. What's it going to be like when every single emotion, except for apparently hunger, needs to be medicated? We're already bad enough as far as I'm concerned now. I go to the mall or go to the grocery store and all I see, or Walmart, see people just do nothing but attached to their cell phones and walking around with their head down. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when every single emotion needs to be medicated. It's going to be seriously like The Walking Dead all over again. Screw AMC. Let's just look out the window and watch it. So I'll put all these links below. Sometimes, like I said, I wish I was making this stuff up. This is one of those times that I tell you that it's hard to believe this is really happening. So thanks everybody for watching and sharing some of your time today. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you to each and one of my subscribers. Couldn't do this without you all. Thank you very much for your support. See you later.